Okay, we're on the air.
All right, here I am with four-time Pro Bowler and quarterback of the New Orleans Saints, my favorite city, home of the Super Bowl. Derek Carr, how are you?
I am doing great. How are you?
Don't lie to me. You must be so tired because you were at the stadium till like 6 in the morning signing autographs last night.
No, that was a great night to be able to come back in front of our fans. It's been a while because we've been out in California, but it was good to have a night out there in front of our fans.
Why did you stay so long?
I've always done that. Even when I was in Oakland, when I was in Las Vegas. That's just what I've always done, even if we didn't have to sign, because I just know that there's some kid that maybe it'll inspire, maybe they'll remember it, just like I would do that when I went to my brother's practices, Andre Johnson coming over to me and, all these guys coming up to me. Like, I'll never forget those memories.
This fan base means something. It's electric, it's passionate, they're hungry, they're driven, but they are supportive. How are you embracing the fan base in a night like last night at Tulane? That, that's it. They're a secret weapon. They're a serious advantage in this league.
Serious advantage. And, with the way that we finished the year last year, coming on strong and playing good football, I think that, our fans got a glimpse of what we could potentially be. And, hopefully we can carry that over into this season. And we're going to need them. We're going to definitely need them. But it's one of the greatest home field advantages in all of sports. And so I can't wait to, get this season going.
I like that smile out of your QB1. Derek Carr here coming in straight from practice. You mentioned you had a good end of the year. Let's dig into that. Winning 4 of the last 5 games, which you love to see. You led the NFL. You led the NFL, Derek, with 14 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions in that time. I need to know, what was the magic? Take me to the moment in your head that some little tweak sort of upped your game.
To be completely honest, we just started coming closer as a team. I didn't know how long it would take to adjust to a new place. You take it for granted. I'm a 10-year veteran. I know how to do the NFL thing, but come to a new team, you have to prove yourself all over again. I'm trying to find a school for my kids, a church, for my family. My wife has no friends when we first come out here. There's a lot of things that just I didn't really, think about. And so, my family obviously will always come first to me. So I made sure that they were okay. And then the more time that we finally got settled and spending time, you felt so pulled in so many directions, But once we kind of got our grasp and, started spending time together as teammates, and me and Demario started having breakfast, we FaceTime each other. Just our unity, I saw our team start to unite. And, we've carried that over from the offseason, FaceTiming once a week, having breakfast every week in training camp. We continue to do that to keep building that. And once we did that, I think our team, it takes time in a relationship, they started to understand, who I am and how I work and, what I'm willing to do for them, and play through and all those things. And I think it just made our team stronger. And towards the end of the year, we played really well.
Demario is the best. I love that.
Yes.
Let's talk about your offense and the chemistry there. Everyone I've talked to says that you are really putting in a lot of extra work, log-in hours, making a huge effort. Now that you've had some of these other things settled, it makes a lot of sense to sort of build the chemistry. We see it out there. The Carl Olave thing is clicking. It looked amazing today. I'm loving it. What have you done in the offseason and through camp to sort of keep building?
Yeah,
Specifics. Is it card games? Is it whatever? What is it? Ping pong?
I literally told all my teammates, this year, I told my wife, I was like, if a teammate wants to do something, my answer is yes. And so there was one weekend I thought I had free, and I ended up having 7 things to do,
Like what?
Oh, we were cornhole. We had 4 teammates over at the house I cooked them steaks. We had, playing video games with each other. We're going golfing, with different groups. Anything they want to do, pickleball. Anything you could think of, we were doing it. And
who's your pickleball partner? If you had to pick one. Who's the guy?
You know what? Jawan's pretty good. Jawan Johnson's pretty good. He's fast. He can reach to everything. So I don't really have to do much. So it's nice.
What's going on with you and Olave? What's working there?
Our relationship just has grown, so much. And, sometimes there's no growth without confrontation. Pat Hill used to tell me that. And he was used to things a certain way. I'm used to things a certain way. And we had to learn how to, marry that. And the one thing that we both did is we both kept working at it. And we kept working, and you saw it happening at the last half of the year, where we started clicking. I'm throwing, he's seeing things that I'm seeing, and I'm trusting. I'm throwing it. We've never even talked about. Boom, and he catches it, and everyone's going crazy because we were on the same page, and we're doing that same kind of thing now. And it's not all perfect. There was, there was one yesterday. We missed on, but then we come right back to it in the 2-minute drive, and we hit it. Because we're still working, we're still ironing those things out, but. I love where we're at. I love where, his mindset is at. He wants to be the best. And I've been around a couple of those guys, and that mindset is very similar to what Chris has.
I can't wait to see it all unfold out there on the field. I saw Alvin Kamara back at practice. I'm sure you're very smiley and excited about that as well. Klint Kubiak, take me in here. We know he's a mastermind. I know we're going to see fancy stuff. We're going to see motions. We're going to see lots of flair. What has been so far in the rooms with him or on the field with him the moment that made you go, wow, okay, the most?
I think the best thing about Klint is that the standard is the standard. And it doesn't waver. Like, we could have a great day, and he's still going to get after us about, like, one little step that was wrong, and he doesn't let it slip. And he says, look, we're going to celebrate the good things, and then we're going to coach the crap out of the imperfections. And it's just, he has not changed. And so I think that's the most impressive thing I've seen with him is his consistency in that, because that's hard to do. It's hard to stay on it. But he has a great way of doing that, but also making you feel like you're the best player in the world. Like, he has a great way of getting the most out of you, pissing you off, but also making sure you feel great about what you're doing.
Has there been a wow moment, though, like when we talk X's and O's, where you're like, oh, shit, let's go?
No, absolutely. I mean, without getting into his specifics, like, there's been some moments where he said, hey, we're going to do this to set up this and then to do this later, and you're like, oh, crap, that'll be fun. And then we do it in practice, and it hits for 40, and it's like, this is going to be a lot of fun. We got to go execute it in the games, but right now it's so positive. And, I think the main thing is that our guys believe in it. Like, they believe in Klint, they believe in the plan, because every coach in the room is saying the exact same thing. Yeah. There's no, this guy says this guy says that. It's, they're all in one voice. And you would be surprised that that's hard to find sometimes.
It's interesting that all I'm hearing, the body language is excitement and positivity, and between the lines, or what you're actually does verbatim saying, is it's consistency. Yeah. Consistency is like the most important thing. It sounds like you have it here. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice being in year 2. I don't have to learn everybody's name while trying to complete passes. Like, this is home now, and so it's been good.
I love that for you. Okay, let's talk about. I have a little trivia for you.
Oh man!
Did you know who leads the NFL in game-winning drives since 2016?
I'm not going to say myself. Matthew Stafford.
Derek Carr. Derek Carr does. You know how many you have?
I don't know.
Since 2016. I want to guess. Give me a guess.
That was my 3rd year. Oh, no. 20?
30.
30?
You have 30 unbelievable game-winning drives.
But Madden has me as not clutch. I don't understand.
So this is what I want to ask you.
It hurts my heart.
Why is that? Why does nobody? I know you're going to laugh and be jovial and humble.
Yeah.
Why does no one talk about that? 30, the most.
I don't know. Maybe it's because they tell you should have been winning those games. Who knows? I don't know. But I just know, man. I'm just going to keep competing no matter what. And thankfully, I've been around some really good groups to make some really fantastic plays at the end. Because there's some balls that I'm trusting guys in some tight windows, and if they don't catch those, we lose the game. But they end up making those plays. O-line's giving me time. But I always. When I was a kid, my dad would come outside and I would be counting down 3, 2, 1. Like, that was my favorite part of every game.
Really?
It was the very end. And so, I don't know, maybe doing that as a kid helped.
I love that. Is this O-line helping you out?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's a lot of continuity. They've been able to practice a lot together.
Okay.
And whenever you can practice a lot together, you can get better together. And so it's been fun watching them compete and watching them get better, because we have a really good defensive line. So they're getting a lot of work, but I've been really impressed with the coaches and with their improvements for sure.
You have Demario, you have a relationship with him, Cam Jordan. I'm talking to both of them today, and we're just staring at that Lombardi sitting here, and I know that they're applying pressure to you with those game-winning drives. All that, like, you are clutch, you are great in the moments, and I know that they're super supportive. And also, I got to ask you, everyone knows you're tough. You played through, I believe, eight injuries just last year. There's tough and then there's reckless. Why are you trying to pick fights with Max Crosby?
Max
we know you're tough, Derek.
No doubt. Max is one of my best friends. But now that we're not on the same team, like I'm trying to get him kicked out. So I'm going to try and headbutt him when the ref's not looking or something. Try and get him tossed.
When is this game?
It's at the end. I know it's week 17. I'm guessing it's week 17. I'm guessing.
You're guessing. You don't know. You don't pay attention at all. Where does your head go when I give you that matchup?
Now it's great because they're all my friends. I love AP. I had a great time being around him. I thought he was awesome. I think he's perfect for that job. I love Mark Davis. I have a great relationship with him. Great relationship with the quarterback. Quarterbacks. The receiver. Obviously, Tay's one of my best friends in the world. From college. We got a lot of memories together. Max. I got so many people on that team that are some of my closest friends. If I saw them right now, we'd have a great time. But
Not on week 17 day, though.
But week 17, I'm trying to win. I'm definitely trying to win, and I always root for the Raiders, but not that week.
Not that week. We love to hear that. Major Pain. Let's get to it. Or not Major Pain. Major League. Major Pain. Also a great movie.
They
but
probably
I hope
haven't
these guys...
seen that one either.
Okay, so talk to me about these quarterbacks. You got these young guns in there. You got Jake Hayner. You got Spencer Rattler, who I love. He looks great out there. Great quarterback room. They're lucky to have you in there with them.
Yep.
But we got to give them an education. Like just a bit outside. They don't know. They don't know the greatness of Bob Uecker. What gives?
Nothing. Like, it is embarrassing.
But you're only 33. Like, it's not like you're some, like, OG.
I know.
Like, you're not Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's because I have 4 kids. I'm married with 4 kids, so they just think I'm older, But I'm just, like, blown away. I guess I had older brothers, too, So
I guess.
I got older brothers. Obviously, David's way older than me. I make sure he knows that.
Of course, yes.
Darren's older than me. So, like, I watched those movies growing up, like, so I thought that was just normal. And I'm in there, I'm like, we're making Major League references. They don't even know who Ricky Vaughn is. I'm like, bro, what the heck is going on? So,
what is at the top of the list? I know they haven't seen Remember the Titans. They haven't seen Major League. Give me the 3 most educational movies that you need that quarterback room. And all young quarterbacks trying to win 4 Pro Bowls and get into 4 Pro Bowls need to watch.
Remember the Titans.
Okay, outside
they have to
of
see
that,
Major League. They haven't seen Bull Durham. They haven't even watched The Office. Like, I'm like, y'all, like, I really don't know how else to help you.
Give me the 3 movies, though, outside of Remember the Titans, outside of Major League. What are the 3 ones that,
golly,
if they need to, befriend you, build that chemistry, this is what Olave needs to be watching outside of his iPad?
All right. My favorite movie of all time, it's going to blow your mind, is Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence.
Life, okay.
It's my favorite movie. It's hilarious.
They've never seen that one?
Guaranteed they've never seen that movie. That's one. I would say probably Gladiator and probably Braveheart.
Okay.
Oh, and Tombstone. I like Tombstone. Doc Holliday. Doc Holliday was my dog when I was growing up. German Shepherd. R.I.P. Doc. But, yeah.
I feel like the second-year jump for you here is going to be something incredible to watch.
I'm excited.
Why don't you give some love to somebody before we let you go that, needs to be in the national circuit, that is going to, done a really good job that you were really impressed by?
Yeah, really Foster Moreau has been very impressive. Obviously everyone knows like Jawan and Taysom, and everyone knows our receivers, AK, everybody. But Foster, he just does all the dirty work. He does all the dirty work, but at the same time makes big plays for us in crucial moments. He's a really good football player, and he won't have all the 1,200-yard seasons and all that kind of stuff, but I've just been so impressed with him. Just his work ethic, his leadership. He's one of our main leaders in the offensive room. And, if he ends up with a C on his chest, I wouldn't be surprised.
That's very cool.
So, yeah, he's a great football player. Today, saved Spencer on a block that wasn't even his responsibility. He just saw it, came back, and made a huge play for us to allow him to throw the ball down the field. It's like little stuff like that goes so far. But Foster Moreau, he needs some love.
Yeah,
sure.
with him doing that, and Taysom Hill being a starting fullback full time, you guys should be okay. What is that?
Yeah, I don't
what
even.
Is that? You don't even
know what Taysom does. Taysom, fullback.
But fullback,
receiver.
I've never seen before with him. What's going on?
It's unbelievable, and he did a great job.
Did he?
Oh yeah, he did a fantastic.
Where
job.
would you hate to see him on defense?
On defense,
in these scrimmages and these practices,
I feel like Taysom could play every position. He's fast enough to play safety. Like if he played safety, and he'd probably kill somebody. Yeah, Taysom, my goodness, he can play. He's the best. He's the best all-around football player I've ever played with.
Derek, I love that you love New Orleans. I love that New Orleans is going to embrace and support and love you back. And I can't wait to see what you do week 1 and then close to wrapping it up, week 17 against Max Crosby.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be great.
Thank you. We'll be back. We are up in Dennis Allen. That's right. We are with the head coach of the New Orleans Saints. Are you tired from last night's Tulane action? That looked incredible.
Yeah, look, it was a great environment. It was a lot of fun for us getting back here into New Orleans, getting a chance to get out in front of our crowd. Look, I don't know if it was that or if it's trying to get back adjusted to the central time zone after being out in California for about a month, but certainly good to be back. We're getting some good work. We got another good practice in this morning, but excited to be back here.
It was great to see the fans and to see that Derek Carr was signing autographs late, to see Cam Jordan taking selfies with literally everybody he could. The New Orleans is so happy to have you home, and I think it's going to be a huge advantage, of course, to have this amazing fan base. Take me inside this training camp and this locker room situation with was it Jeopardy? What is it? It's Family Feud? What's going on between offense and defense? What do you got cooking?
Listen, I think everything is just based on competition, and competing in everything that we do. Obviously, in the off season, there's a little bit more time for we had home run derby. We played Jeopardy or Family Feud.
So are you Steve Harvey in this situation? You're hosting this
Yeah,
thing?
I wouldn't quite put myself in Steve Harvey's category. I was the host of the show. I'm probably a little funnier than most people give me credit for. But yeah, our guys had a lot of fun competing against each other. The offense won the overall competition. So first day of training camp, they got steak and lobster.
Wow.
The defense got hamburgers and hot dogs. So there's winners and losers in everything that we do. And so our job's to win.
You're saying that people don't say that you're funny. I think everyone I've talked to says that you're really funny. They do, really. What is it like to hear somebody like Tyrann Mathieu call you cool? What is that? What are your reactions to that?
You know what? I think this. I think it makes me – it's probably more about just feeling like you got the respect of these guys. And they know that you know what you're doing and that you're going to put them in the best chance to have success. And I think our team is coming together. There's still a lot of things that we got to do on the football field. I love where we're at in terms of the locker room, in terms of the camaraderie with the team, in terms of the effort and the buy-in that I'm getting from everybody here. So, look, I'm excited about it, but we got a lot of hard work to do.
Preseason action, saw Tom Brady on the field. He's dapping up Demario Davis. Everyone, I didn't see any shots of him and you. Does he avoid you? Does he Nick Foles you because of your track record against him?
No, actually, we did the production meeting with him. I didn't get a chance to see him on the field. I don't usually go out pregame, but we had a couple of, kind of laughs about a few things.
I'd love to hear what those laughs are about because I don't know that he thinks this is funny. You are 4-2 in your last 6 regular season games against him. He has 9 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 9-9, and a passer rating 22 points below his career average in those games.
Yeah, and I didn't play.
Yeah.
I didn't play one snap. So look, I've been fortunate from a defensive perspective here that I've had a lot of really, really good players. And I've had a lot of really good assistant coaches.
Don't give me this humble stuff.
It's
Look
the
at my
truth.
producer. He's like, get out of here with this.
It's the truth. I mean, this is a player's game. And the players have to make plays. You can call the greatest defense or the greatest offensive play that you want to call, but the players have to execute it. And our guys have done that pretty good.
Against him especially. I wanted to see the shot of you two talking, and I was like, I don't know if he just ignores you or avoids you because you do have him figured out, even though you're being very humble right now. Let's talk about the 2024 defense with these Saints. In one word, how would you describe them?
Tough. Yeah, I think, we kind of made a commitment in the offseason to get back to the way that we play the game, which is a tough, nasty, physical style of defense. We're going to contest every play, contest every throw. Our effort level is going to be at a level that our opponent is either unwilling or unable to match. I mean, those are the things that we preach defensively. Our guys have recommitted to doing that. I don't think we did quite as well the last couple of years of doing that the way we need to. We got total buy-in from our guys. I'm excited about what I think the defense can do this year.
You're saying that. What do you mean? What do you want to be? Top one? Because you top 10 for
It's
4 years. Last 4 years, you have top 10 defenses every year.
Yeah, and so that's the standard, and so we're trying to push the standard, in my mind, in our mind, there's a lot of teams that would be pleased with being 8th. I don't think that's where this defense is. I think this defense wants to be the top defense in the NFL. And really since 2017, if you take into account all the statistical categories, I would put, our group up there with anybody. So it's the standard that we've set. And so when you fall even slightly below that standard, I just think it's time to kind of refocus on the things that we need to do to be the defense that we want to be.
Well, you refocus by bringing some dudes in, too. Let's talk about this. Chase Young,
It's
Willie
a players'
Gay,
league.
Kool-Aid. I mean, clearly, and the players love you, which I love to see. But, I'm looking at this D-line roster. You might have the deepest D-line in the NFL. You add Chase. Now, I know how good he is. Everyone knows his potential, his talent. The injuries have held him back. What are you seeing out of Chase so far?
Well, look, I think the thing I've been most pleased with is he's come in and done everything we've asked him to do, exactly how we've asked him to do it. He is a disruptive force on the defensive line. I think he's raised the level of the other players on the defensive line, whether it be a Carl Granderson or a Payton Turner, even Cam Jordan, Brian Brzee, like I just think his ability to disrupt, has kind of increased our energy on the defensive line.
How does he lift Cam Jordan?
How does he what?
Lift Cam Jordan. Like, how does he get the best out of Cam?
Look, Cam's competitive, right? And Cam knows, like, there's a competition here. There's only so many snaps that we can get. And so who's getting all those snaps? Cam wants to get every single one of them. And look, fortunately for us, we got a pretty deep group, in particular at the defensive end spot. And so we'll be able to keep those guys fresh and keep a good rotation, hopefully for when we get into the fourth quarter and we're having to defend these 2-minute drives and we're having to get after the quarterback, that we'll be able to do it with, a fresh 4.
Derek wouldn't give me an answer on what changed at the end of the season or in that time where you guys go winning 4 or 5, and Derek is just on fire, 14 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions. Will you tell me the secret? What was the tweak?
Yeah, look, I really don't know that there was like this one significant tweak that we did something different. I really think it was, I think Derek was more healthy at the end of the year. I think that was a big part of it. And I think B, I think we just got to a point where we were more onto the details, and we were more accountable to all the little bitty details that we needed to do. And that's really what this game is about. This game is about being disciplined and doing your job every single play, and it's not easy to do. And so I think we were just more consistent with the details.
Coach, let's say I'm in the kitchen. I want to make myself some Kubiak juice. I've got my blender out. What are the ingredients? What is Kubiak juice on this squad?
Well, he's extremely intelligent. He's a really, really hard worker. He's creative,
No, I don't know. I'd
Yeah,
like you to tell me what I'm going to see out there as far as motions and razzle and dazzle.
I think just from that standpoint, like he's creative with what he wants to do with his motions. I think he understands how he's going to be able to utilize some of these players. I'm really excited to see what he's doing with Taysom Hill.
What the hell is he doing? Why is he playing fullback?
He's doing everything with him, because Taysom Hill can do everything.
No, Taysom Hill's. Oh, we've seen this before. He's done it, but fullback. I was not on my bingo card, Coach.
Yeah.
What is he looking like at fullback?
That's what creativity does, right? You bring in some new thoughts, some new ideas. They see the player in a different way. I think sometimes when you do the same thing over and over, sometimes you can just get caught in that rut of this is what this guy does. And he's more than just a quote-unquote wildcat quarterback. He can do a lot of different things. He can line up as a tight end. He can line up as a wide receiver. He can line up as the tailback. He can line up as the fullback. He can block. He can catch. He can run. And so if he can do all those things, let's figure out how we can put him in positions to do that. And I think Klint's done a great job of being able to do that.
Why don't you put him on defense?
I've thought about that.
Tell me about that.
Well, early on we kind of thought about making him a Sam linebacker.
Oh my God!
But there's
Shut
so
up.
many. No, I'm not
No
kidding.
way.
We talked about that.
Who's we?
Well, we on defense, all right. But the head coach at the time was like he wasn't
got
giving
it.
up anything. So
Got it. But you're the head coach. What are you talking about?
yeah. But now we got him doing so many things now. Fullback, runner. There's only so many ball plays a guy can play.
Where would you put him on defense?
I'd play him at Sam linebacker. Wow. And I'd rush him about 50% of the time.
He would kill people. I
Yeah.
feel like Taysom Hill. I think one game.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's do it in one game.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's see him do what he's going to do at fullback, at tailback, at receiver, at tight end.
Yeah.
Personal protector, kick returner. He's got enough jobs.
In talking to Derek, I feel like him maybe more than other players for some reason is very excited about having his settled life here going into year 2. I think it's going to be a huge advantage for him. Yeah, he's settled. He feels confident. He's harping on consistency. When it comes to him, Olave, the whole offense clicking, obviously Kubiak we just talked about. What are you most proud of right now going into year 2 of his experience?
Well, look, I think his ability to just focus on the task at hand, all right? Not worry about any of the outside noise. Just focus on what you have to do. Look, this guy's been through more change than anybody in the National Football League. And so to do that and still be able to be effective, I think is something for him to be proud of. And now, hopefully, we can now put him in a consistent environment and put some consistency around him so that he can really flourish in this offense.
Is this why you're playing them so much? You're giving them all the preseason love. I've been all across this country. You're my 20th and last stop, and I've heard it all, from I don't want to play anybody to bubble wrap to whatever. You're giving them that work.
Yeah, well, look, the best way to get ready to play this game is to play this game. And I would say, with the exception of a cut block or actually tackling somebody to the ground, I would say the way we practice is very, very, very similar to a game in the National Football League.
So it's just that it's on TV.
So it's on TV. We're tackling guys to the ground, and so look, there's an increased risk, but I think that's the best way to get ready to play the game of football.
How much are you playing them against the Titans?
I don't know that yet.
Really? But come on, but snap count Twitter needs it. We need to know. They want to know how many snaps. They care. Everybody wants to pick you apart after.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gotta suck for you, Coach, because you can't really. You're not really. There's not a great decision.
So the honest truth is, I need to see where we're at as we go through this week of practice.
Okay.
And if I feel like we need these guys to get out and play to get ready for the regular season, then they need to play. But if I feel comfortable with where we're at, then we may sit some guys.
Let's get to this Alvin Kamara situation. He's at camp. He wants a new deal, allegedly. You could tell me differently. He wasn't playing because of his back, but he was back at practice last night. I saw him out there today. What's going on with Alvin?
Listen, Alvin's been outstanding. I think this system that we're going to operate in, I think is going to really benefit him. Look, he played in the first preseason game against Arizona. We handed him a wide zone, going to our left, and it looked like real football. That was like cool to see. And so I just envision this guy having a ton of success running the football, catching the football out of the backfield. Look, he's an important part of what we're going to do offensively.
Especially if you're being as creative as you're saying. This Klint juice with Alvin Kamara, I'm excited to see how that all works.
And I think, look, where do we need to really spend some time working? It's with Alvin Kamara in the passing game. I think we feel pretty good about where we're at in the run game. It's trying to utilize him in the passing game and seeing what are the things that we can really do with him and getting the timing and everything there with him and the quarterback, up to speed.
Derek's best friend, Alvin Kamara, hopefully. If there's not like a player that I can think of that wows me, like Matt Forte used to do that for me, but Alvin, just unbelievable specimen of a player. I'm glad to see it. How much is Cam going to not want to talk about moving inside for reps when he comes out here to talk?
He's not going to want to talk about it at all.
How do you finesse that, though? That's a big coach gig of like, let's have this talk man to man. This is where we need you.
Look, I mean, at the end of the day, there's only so many snaps on defense. Yeah. There's only so many spots that he can play. And how do we get the best 11 guys on the field for that given situation? Mm-hmm. And so, look, when you've been as successful as he's been and you've really played one spot over there on the left-hand side as an edge player, both in the run game and in the passing game, to do something different, well, but it takes a special person to be able to handle that. But that's what the great teams really are able to do. They have unselfish players. And Cam's been one of the most unselfish players in our league for a long, long time.
I love to hear that.
And so I think if you asked him, what do you want to do? He'd say, I want to rush on the edge. If you say, what are you willing to do? Whatever coach asks us to do. And so I think that's the great thing about, what we've kind of got going on here.
Year 2 of the Derek Carr experience. Dennis Allen's coaching this team up. I cannot wait to see how it goes. Can I come back for a game?
Oh, yeah.
Come
on, anytime.
Yes! I would love to come come back for a game, and then we'll see you at the Super Bowl maybe.
Sounds great.
I don't know. We've seen other quarterbacks have done it. Brady did it with his squad. I mean, they got the home thing. You're staring at that Lombardi that you blood and sweat gave from yourself to win.
Yeah, I'd love to add another one, but I think we got to get through week 1 of the regular season first, and then we'll get the rest of it.
You let me be the hyperbolic hype train here, and I'll let you do your thing. We're a good pair here, Dennis Allen. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks. We'll be back. 14th season?
There we go.
In the NFL, 8-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro selection, most sacks in Saints history, which is insane. Cam Jordan, how are you?
I'm great. I feel like there's an asterisk on like this All-Pro situation because I've only been like a first team All-Pro, but then I've been 2 second teams. And if you're second, do you really count it? You know, like
I say round up.
Like if you go in second, doesn't matter. You're really just the first loser.
I don't like that mentality, Cam.
Football, look, it's do or die.
Going into
are you the best or are you not?
I haven't had enough coffee to handle Cam Jordan. I think this morning you're looking lean. What gives?
Yeah, you see, I'm in these 2X sweaters and now I got space, right? But you know, last season I got hurt. Like what is that? Week 11, played 7 weeks on a torn ligament or 2 or 3, and then was like, you know what? Let me get back to feeling like me again, and end up getting surgery in the off season, healed up, and was like, I sort of like this, and then started just like losing weight, getting more cut. And was like, you know what? Yeah.
Do you feel like you? I
feel better than me. I don't know what the next level of me is, but maybe I'll be Cameron this year. No, I won't. That sounds disgusting.
A freaking nightmare if you have to face any court. If you're Kirk Cousins, you're crying right now watching this. What do you mean?
Or Michael Penix. You know, they don't know what to do over there yet.
Who do you think it is?
I just like to create controversy over there. You know,
I'd like to too. Who do you think it should be?
I'm a big Phil Con stir the pot guy.
Who do you think it should be?
John Robinson.
He should be the quarterback of the team?
Yeah, Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill. I'm sorry, he's too busy playing fullback, I heard.
I mean, and tight end and slot. Where can't you put him?
Why is Taysom playing fullback?
Why? I mean, why not? What can't he do? We're going to put him at safety soon.
DA said that. So I said safety. DA said he wants him to be the Sam linebacker.
Hey. Now he gets, I don't know if he's got that bend for him for that rush
aggressive.
On the edge. Yeah.
Are you getting rid of this beard? You're telling me what's going on?
This is probably it. Like
Why?
after this preseason game, because at this point, I'm probably going to walk in. I'm going to reflip it up because I've got enough length now. And then we're going to rock out, but then it's got to go.
14 years of facial hair with
No
Cam
doubt.
Jordan. We love seeing it. You're saying you're feeling better than you. We love to hear it. Do you feel like a weird energy around me? Because, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Like there was light beef. I was like, dang, she ain't hit me back. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. Like I thought we weren't besties, but we were like borderline. And then you borderlined me, and I was like,
no, we are. I didn't
I was like, did I
borderline
get
you.
big dog?
We are besties.
So we're good
I'm
again.
sorry. Yeah.
We're good again?
Just so you know, I'm just bad at getting back to people in general. I like the worst. But I'm gonna make it up to you.
To make sure we were good. Like a month later, I was like, hey, are we still?
We talked after though.
We did.
We're okay. We're okay.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I think we're good.
I came here to see you. The reason I'm asking you if you feel weird energy is because I was with Matt Ryan for like 7 hours yesterday. So I thought maybe I like.
Oh, that's why. No, that's
Something
why
happened?
we hugged it out first. Because normally when I see Matt, I get to hug him.
You
but
two
it's
get
just to the
along
ground.
though, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Who's the new Matt Ryan?
There is
in
no
your life?
such thing. Like he's irreplaceable. You
Really?
know? Yeah.
Jameis is your
That's
second
like,
most
That's like
sacked.
somebody in there, like when you had that first dog and then the dog dies. Like you never really get over that first dog. You know.
Jameis is up there. You don't face him this year though.
No, I love Jameis though. Like,
Yeah.
But
We
Jameis,
know.
but then there's a
We
difference.
know.
Jameis became my teammate. Matt Ryan is
Yeah.
never my teammate. He became my boy. Like you know, like his kids, my kids, they hung out. Once the kids hang out, we are no longer mortal enemies. Enemies become friends. It was weird. Plus, he came from Tampa, so it's not like there was a love-hate relationship there. It was just like, we're better than you, and then he joined us.
That's fair. Good logic by you. We looked it up. Jared Goff, your cowboy, you got him 5 times. He's next on the list.
It was, and we played him last year in Detroit, and I think that was the first time I didn't sack him. I had like the bum leg situation. I was trying to figure out how to run. I probably looked like the
I
Tin
need
Man
you to
from
have
Oz.
a new Matt Ryan. I need you to have somebody who at least has the aspiration that maybe I could potentially fill in the shoes of Matt Ryan. Is it Kirk Cousins?
I don't know, but see, there's like there was like my anger towards him, and like quarterbacks just live really good lives.
How could you
so
be
they
angry at Matt Ryan?
I'm all about this hate game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hate sometimes motivates you to be great. And like, I was like, you know, whatever, because they always have like random rotating pieces off the line or whatever. But you're like, I dislike him. And then again, different era. Now you say I hate somebody and everybody gets offended and like everybody gets in their feelings. Very
Not
soft.
when you say it. Very soft.
Very soft.
Very demure. Very cutesy.
We're in a soft boy era, and it's weird because I'm.
What do you mean about
You know what I'm
do
saying?
mean?
Like, you know, guys just aren't.
Tell me. I want to know what that. What do you mean? Do you really feel that?
Absolutely.
How? Like, how do you?
Come on. Come
Like,
on,
you
guys!
can't
Like
say you
guys
wanna-
guys get in their feelings a lot quicker than they used to. You know, like coaches now get in trouble for like what I thought was normal coaching rhetoric growing up. Now, like, you know, they go like viral moments, like, oh, I can't believe he talks to the kids like that. I was like, huh? That's not even that bad. Just because, you know, you let some colorful. I was like, that was actually creative. You know, like my high school coach probably, you know, he said some things that I didn't even know what my real name was for the first freshman year.
What did he call you?
I mean, we'll say it off camera.
Okay,
You know?
yikes.
Shout out to my high school coaches.
Well, then, like, let's just keep it, you know, keep it Cam Jordan. And what are you going to do to Jordan Love this year then? If we want to, you know, keep it.
We played them, but that's later. See, all I'm focused on
you
is
haven't
Bryce
sacked
Young.
him.
I haven't. No, he slipped out of one last year. I mean, nobody's really sacked him. He only played 8 games last
Patrick
year.
Mahomes, you haven't got a chance this year.
No doubt. And I slipped out of him too. And then I got kicked out the game. And then I went to go have my daughter, fourth kid.
Wow.
Yeah. It was low key like a Karl Malone, like leave the game to go have a kid situation, but not. It wasn't intentional by any means. But I was just like, damn, I got to go have a kid.
I told my team that they're going to love Cam Jordan. How's he doing? Is he fulfilling all the promises I made? Yeah, but my crew was like, oh, we can't wait. But you get Patrick week 5 Monday Night Football?
Oh, that's a week 5er. We got some games. I was focused on Lil Bryce,
of course.
the first game.
You're not looking past him at all.
Yeah, and then
Why are we calling him Lil Bryce?
Because he's young. You're a rookie for your first year in 3 games. So technically he's still a rookie while we play him.
It's like a term of endearment, like Lil Wayne.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just putting a little in
Lil
front
baby,
of everything.
you know?
Little baby.
Yeah.
You were at Tulane last night.
Yeah.
Why everyone
it
loves
was
you.
rocking. It was what, like, let's call it 10,000 people?
You took selfies with 10,000 people.
I tried. I tried to give, like, I couldn't give 10,000 signatures. I gave probably 100. And then the hand went like this. And once it goes like this, like, it can't go back. So, like, once it goes, you never go. Yeah, anyways.
Why'd you do it?
Because that's the first time we've seen them in a month. And, like, you know, you can feel the love and the energy and the support from New Orleans. And so how can you not? You know, you look up and I took some pictures and like, oh, we've been waiting. We drove all the way. There was somebody that drove like 3 hours away. You're like, yeah. It's like, I'm from Shreveport. And that's like a 5-hour drive, 4-hour drive. Yeah. So I was like, all right, selfie this thing up. So I just low-key started at one point.
Like a machine.
Yeah, I tried.
Between you and Derek Carr, I thought maybe you guys had a competition on who's going to stay out there the longest.
Man, who won?
I don't know. I think you. Was it you?
If there was a competition, I won. I'm just saying.
We love it. Okay, 117 and a half sacks. We know what that number is. It's unbelievable.
There's another 5.5 playoffs in there, but I just want to throw out there. There's another a Pro Bowl sack too there. But like,
I love that.
We're not
Round
counting.
up, just like all pros.
Counting.
You want to hit 130. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why that number?
130 just seems like it's some things in there, right? I think anything after 125 is undeniable gold jacket status. I think 130 is just a solid, clean number. And that's just my next goal. And after I achieve 130, then we'll talk about 150.
You said, 14, we looked it up, 14 Hall of Fame eligible players have 130 or more. 11 of them are in Ken. That's the number.
Seems like it's the number.
That's the
And then there's some guys that have like 87 and 97 sacks, and I'm not sure what the standard is for that, other than they had Tom Brady. But
Von Miller Summit. Did you stop looking at Hamilton for like a?
I'm like, did I go too far?
He's your hype guy. Like, why is Hamilton like the gauge of what you can do?
Because I assume he's gonna be like, Cam, relax.
No, absolutely not. That's your PR people. Your PR. By the way, this is the only person
they're not in.
That there's not the. We've done 70. You're our 74th interview. We're going to do 75 in total.
I should have been the 94th.
You were you want the higher number. You were the only person where there's no handling. You were just hanging out with Mrs. B.
Yeah,
What's that like?
Mrs. Gail Benson is. I'm so glad that she owns the Pelicans as well as the Saints, and just as a person, she's just a loving, genuine, honest, God-fearing person. I think her and Mr. B met in church, no less. Like one of those telltale stories you never really hear of, right? And she's always giving. She's always at some foundation supporting somebody or giving to New Orleans. And it's, how can you not admire somebody who gives so much,
I met her just now. She's incredible. She's a legend. She's sort of
larger. And in my mind, I was like, who's taller? Is Kay actually, is she taller than somebody?
No. Maybe I was, and heels definitely. God, I hate you so much. But we were over there, and I was going to say a really nice thing about you and her. And they're literally just chopping it up on the couch, and he says, I'm going to come see you later. And she goes, my door's open. And it wasn't like an on-camera moment. It wasn't, but that's real. That was real.
Hey,
that's
TT,
very cool.
Like she gives very TT vibes.
But
you know what I'm saying?
How weird that is? Because you've only had
I don't.
Yeah.
early on, she used to have like the best candy up there. So
What did she have?
early on, I was a fat kid. So like, she like the Jolly Rancher. Like she always had like the Jolly Rancher like Christmas things. The little.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Candy canes. Dang, I don't know why I was
Jolly
spazzing out.
Rancher
Yeah.
candy canes,
And so
okay.
like I needed a quick little twang. I'm going up, and then you talk to Miss B, and she had like the best view of the practice facility, and she actually talk. Like. So great person. Actually, I got nothing but the greatest things about Missy B.
Tell me about, obviously, camp you're in now, but before that, you did the summit.
Yeah.
Why did you take a bigger role? You don't need to take a bigger role. You're in 14th year, and then you not only did that, but you were flying dudes out there on your pass rush squad. What's up? Why did you do that?
I just thought about it. I was like, you flew them out? Like, no, it wasn't.
You did. I mean, Carl Grander. I mean,
Yeah,
Granderson,
my
you
D
got-
line. I love to take care of my guys.
Like
these-
take care of them Southwest,
Absolutely.
tickets,
I
or
flew
take-
Southwest, so they flew Southwest.
Is that true?
Yeah, I think so. Like if I was like, hey, this is what I'm flying, so everyone else is flying. When
Is
I
that
fly.
what you flew?
Yeah, absolutely.
You didn't PJ this.
Wait, excuse
at
me,
you.
what? No, I think I
I
left
love
that. I left that for other people. I'm a Southwest guy.
I love this.
I heard Southwest is like going to registered seats, so I may not be a Southwest guy very
You
long.
like- I think
I
there's-
like fighting for my
Are
seat.
you insane? It's the most socially anxious I am.
It keeps the juices flowing. You're like,
what
yeah, I'm locking in this exit row. Unless you fly with the family. And now I'm sitting next to my baby girl because I need her seat too.
I can't even, when I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to pick. I have a lot of social anxiety about it. You enjoy the Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and I'm upgrading at the very last minute to like the 8-5 spot. Yeah, and I'm either like, oh, we got to get it. Yeah,
Tell me
absolutely.
about this camp. What was it like? What did it do for you to be there with your guys?
I might be a spirit guy next, the big chair in the spirit.
You
But
think?
and either way, I like, if they go like registered seats, I'm not here for that. I like
Why?
the fight. Come on, we like the struggle. We like to be like, whose bag is this? I've got to make some more space. No, you don't.
I don't like the
I like
struggle
the
of this
fight.
interview right now. I really
Anyways,
am trying.
I'm sorry. So about my guys, who do I love?
Or just what happened at that camp, or what's tell me about this.
Man,
it's a deep D
yeah.
line. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, how many guys did we have at the SAC Summit? Are we talking about SAC Summit or are we talking about training camp?
I don't even know. Just whatever you want to talk
Yeah,
about.
okay. So SAC Summit, I think, me, Vaughn, Max, there was almost 70 defensive ends, D tackles, edge rushers at the camp. We got in all types of work, had, some of the best coaches in there. Vaughn's guy, some BT Jordan. It was a multitude of coaches. We go in, we actually get work in, and we're like talking to each other how we like to spin move, how we like to angle up on offensive linemen, how I think all offensive linemen are cattle. Just the normal pass rush rhetoric of trying to be better. Then we go into the meeting room, and it's just a vibe. How do you get to this edge, and what do you see that I don't see? And I love introducing those mentalities because they're so much different than mine. I'm a very abrasive pass rusher.
But you're learning something there?
I'm always learning because I love the idea that there could be.
What did you learn? I don't know.
Like
if I
you talk to
believe that.
Brian Burns, and he's like, "Man, this is how I set up my pass rush because I want to be able to use my spin move, so I'm treating them higher." And I'm like, "To set up my spin move, I just want to hit him in the face." I love the Marshawn Lynch moniker when he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna hit him in the face," and again,
Yeah,
and again,
and again.
and I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
go Bears."
So Brian sort of.
He was different. Yeah, absolutely. And
That's cool.
just like Vaughn is different. Which that was in June. So let's fast forward to now training camp with the D line, and we have Carl Granderson. Chase Young comes off some surgery, and he enters the D line, and we're like, all right, well, how we plug and play? And all of a sudden, I'm the interior rusher in this, and I'm like, but I'm skinny now, so wrong time to be skinny. All right,
Did you get skinny because you didn't want to move inside?
No, I got skinny because I wanted to be faster than I was last year. Because you have questions like, once you hobble around for like 7 weeks, you're like, am I going to be the same me?
Yeah.
How do I get back to being the same me? And then you get skinnier, and I'm like, oh, I'm better than the old me.
What's your relationship with this inside job?
I don't know. Let me
Let's
see,
talk
117 and a half sacks. There's got to be 105 of them, 100 on the left side, probably another 10 on the right side.
I bet
and
you're
then
right.
Another like 7 on the interior. So there's some interior push. There's wins there for sure. And now I'm over here just watching Zadarius Smith, right? I'm watching Myles Garrett when he goes over the middle. I'm watching Eric Armstead, DeForest Buckner. I turned on Aaron Donald and I was like, I can't be this muscle hamster. Like he's too nobody's gonna be built like what is Aaron Donald really? 285,
I'm
290.
just a maniac.
Yeah, and just like overly strong, like every different proportions. He's working at different leverages, so I'm trying to get to the taller, longer guys. Pause that like Calais Campbell, like the guys who've been doing it for a long time and know how to get savvy and also have longer arms, taller frames.
Do you hate it or do you like it? I can't tell. You're just sort of taking it.
I mean, again, I'm here with all that is hate. Hate sometimes motivates you. I hate it so much that I'm not as great as I am on the edge on it, so it's something new to do. So I hate that I'm not as efficient as I am on the edge.
Your coach said that you're the most selfless player
Bullshit.
he's ever come. No, he really
I'm
did say
like
that.
the
I
most
thought it was a
selfish
really.
person.
You're just don't be full of shit.
No,
he said that
for
about
sure,
you. That
because
I'm trying to imagine the conversation where he's like,
There
would
was
I-
no
would I-
conversation.
Would I?
They were
would-
like, "Can't
really?
slide." I was like, "Okay, Super Bowl."
Is that right?
It's
There had to be a conversation.
No, I mean there really wasn't. But there doesn't need to be.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a job to be had, like I want to be on the field at all times. Like my motivation is to be the best version of me, as well as motivate Chase or Carl and just them the opposite, or Brian Brzee to be the best version of them. I'm talking to Colin Saunders that'll be like, "Hey, bro, when you get up the field, hey, I'm coming down too. Like if you go here, I can rap for real." I'm really trying to make the most out of everything. I might be the most selfish player because as long as like our D line is eating, I'm gonna have a buffet. Like.
I just can't wait till your Hall of Fame speech. I just literally cannot wait.
Hey, knock on wood. That's
No,
knock on
it's
wood.
gonna.
Okay.
I think it is. Is it not wood? No, it's not. Don't knock on that.
Yeah, that was aluminum at best.
Aluminum at best is right. Week 7.
Yeah, week 7. Who's week 7? Is that Sean Payton? I feel like there was a telltale for some years. So, is that why you got your orange and white and stuff on? Are you already telling me
why
who you're rooting
why
for?
you wearing orange shorts? You supporting the Broncos?
I did not know this question was coming, so the answer is no. This is Miami orange.
When I say week 7, Sean Payton, what
Yeah.
comes to mind? Stop looking at Hamilton. Why, what are we
I'm finding a new hype man.
Hamilton, yeah, you need to go. Yeah, you need to go. What do you? When that comes into your mind?
Yeah.
What happens? Be honest.
It's going to be a week by week situation. Preseason, I definitely thought about it, talked about it, knew it was what is it, October 17th on a Thursday night game, about 7:00 p.m.
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
You know better than
Cool.
I do.
Like preseason, I definitely had it marked because I know he has it marked. And he's like, yeah, I'm trying to get over on these boys. And so we have to be able to overcome. We have to, there's going to be a lot of, he got his madman scientist back. Carmichael's over there, Sean's over there. It's a dynamic duo when they're together because, like I said, he's got all the plays. And Sean's going to be like, I like those. Now you've got the guy who you've seen reach pinnacle with. So
That's the key. Apparently, I didn't think about it that way.
yeah. So that's the sauce, and we're going to have to be ready for it.
Are you saying hide him pregame? Is
Absolutely.
What's the crowd like?
I'm gonna say hi with them with my eyes.
What's the what's the crowd like?
It's
that
here.
game.
What do you mean? I hope he gets booed.
You
when he
think he
comes in.
do you really think he gets
No,
booed? It's very
because he
hard.
won a championship here. No, but I hope he gets booed. Like, how dare you go somewhere else?
You really think?
I don't know. Yes,
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know
I hope.
either.
If they boo, I'm gonna boo with them because
Really?
because he's gonna feed off of it. Like, there's nothing you can do to Sean Payton to affect Sean Payton. You know this.
I don't know. I don't know this. You know him better. I don't know. You know him every
You
day.
interviewed him earlier.
That doesn't mean I know him.
You
I'm
know.
interviewing you.
That
and you're
man
just
is one of the
throwing me
most
for
confident
loops.
men you'll ever meet.
Yeah. Da seems really confident. You know who also seems confident? Derek Carr.
Yep.
Give me the biggest change you've noticed in him since last year. And by change, I don't mean worse to better. I just think evolution
No,
as a human.
he's gotten used to our competitiveness. I don't know what product they were pushing wherever where he came from over there, but we're a different level of competitive.
Let's go.
So we don't have those tempoed practices where it's like, oh, the offense has these scripts where it's like we
Yeah.
know what the defense is about to do, so we make all the right reads. And in fact, Double D might check out of something, and now we're playing a completely different defense. So we bring a different level of competitiveness, and he's had to respond.
Mm-hmm.
And this camp, you have seen him respond.
Amazing. Did you see? Are you going to play against Titans?
Excuse what?
Are you going to play against Tennessee?
Oh, ¿cómo estás?
What do you mean? Are you going to play
Me llamo Cameron.
against? What does that mean? What's
Sí.
happening? Is that a yes?
No hablo.
You're not
no
going to
hablo
play.
inglés.
You're not going to
No
just. You're
hablo.
not going to answer.
¿Qué?
What? That's me. I'm Kay.
¿Qué
Yes.
este?
I'm Kay. I'm Kay.
¿Qué este?
Oh my God! You don't want to say?
No sé.
Really?
No sé.
What is it? I feel like he's playing everybody, Coach. Did you talk to Tom Brady last week at the game
No.
at all?
Nope.
Okay, why?
Didn't know he was on the field.
Really?
I was a little
He's
busy.
talking to Demario.
Yeah, Demario didn't have to play last game.
I'm going to ask you one more. and It's
I-
not
I saw him and
It's not an
Demario
easy one.
AK
Last,
talking
last
after.
one for you. You're so absurd. Okay, I'm only asking you this because I was just getting prepped for the interview, and there were a lot of people tagging you, a lot of
questions.
people. No, former Falcons and Packers quarterback Kurt
I have a
Ben.
question for you.
Kurt. Yeah.
Kay Adams, true or false? Taller than 5'1".
No, false. I would say, you know what? I've been at the doctor's office. Sometimes it's 5'1", but I think it's between 5 and 5'1". It's just like when you say you have 3 All-Pros and we round up.
No doubt. True or false? Are you actually under 24? Like, you look young. Are you under or over 24?
I don't know. I'm just, the only reason I'm here is to ask Demario Davis about his anti-aging secrets because the man's getting younger every day.
Touche. He's got skinny too.
Go ahead, get to the real question. Go on, ask what you want to ask.
True or false? Is there beef between Cam Jordan and Kay Adams?
No, never. Love each other. At some point, we're going to do a show together and take over everybody. That's just the end of the line here. Kurt Benkert.
Sorry, I changed your pages so I wouldn't see the last
Kurt
question.
Benkert. Hit a video. Did you see it?
Kurt who? Kurt Fluffum? Who?
Did you see the video?
No.
Former quarterback, been in the quarterback rooms all across this great country. He said that he sees 1 win on the Saints schedule.
Who? Who was it?
He said maybe, I don't know.
Who was
He
the
didn't-
name? You said
Kurt
Kurt
Benkert.
I heard Kurt Fluffle, and I was like, great.
Kurt Benkert.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Good for him.
What do you make of his opinion?
Every
He
year.
said maybe you can win 4 games.
Look at us. Good for him. I don't know what his opinion or what anybody's opinion has to do with the men in this building and what we want to do. So week 1, we have to win. And then week 2, we have to win again. Then week 3, we have to win again. And then week 4, hopefully win again. And
Week 4,
5,
beat the
win
Chiefs,
again.
sack
And
Mahomes,
then
then up to
I'll
week
text you.
7 to get a win over Sean Payton.
After
Let's
we get 5
effing
wins,
go.
I'll text you like, hey, we got those 5 wins. Tell Kurt Fluffle.
And then I won't write back. And we'll be right where we
Yeah,
were.
then we'll won't right back, and I'll see you at Super Bowl. Like, we're beefing. It's
Love
official.
you, Cam Jordan, everybody. Like, literally, like, you do what you want around here.
No, I work hard for it.
Go get yourself a Jolly Rancher candy cane in August. Apparently, that's what we're doing. Thank you. I am here, Bart Star winner. How many? 5-time All-Pro. We had to do some math on our friend Cam Jordan's All-Pros. He only has 1 first team, but is 5 the right number for you? Yeah,
That's correct.
That's correct. There's no problem with that. Will you get rid of your beard at some point? What would it take?
My kids actually asked me about it. They like, Daddy, we want to see you with a lower beard. I'm like, I can't do it. No time soon. I don't know.
If I said, look at that Lombardi over there, I'll hand that to you. You'll win. Everything will happen. You got to shave the beard. What are you doing?
I'm sacrificing hair to get a Lombardi. I think it will require a little bit more than that. But absolutely, let's go.
You take it off. I love that.
Yeah.
Tell me about the energy at this camp. Derek Carr in year 2, he's using words like consistent, settled. I was just with the energy guy, Cam Jordan. What is the energy like for you?
It's been great. I just think our camp has been about building an element of toughness. Just getting back to it's not like what we play, but how we play, and just having that mindset and that mentality, and I think it's been good.
I asked your coach to describe the defense in one word. He used the word tough. So you two clearly on the same page.
Yeah.
Who's sticking out to you? You brought in like Chase Young. There's some pieces. Willie Gay.
Oh, absolutely. I think Chase was the get of the offseason. He's a disruptor. I think him being in, he makes the entire defensive line better. He makes Grando better. He makes Cam better. He makes Breezy better. And so I'm excited to see that front. Our secondary is playing phenomenal. Got a lot of guys that can play a lot of different places. And the linebacker group has been strong. So it's been fun.
Are you just staying consistent? Is there a new level to you with the new energy? Anything with you change?
It's always a new level. It's
Really?
always more levels. You can't stay the same. I had a coach tell me when I was young, shout out to Coach D'Antoni, RIP. He said, you never stay the same. You either getting better or you getting worse. So, getting worse ain't an option.
How have you gotten better?
I can't tell all my secrets, but it's methods to the madness.
Okay. What kind of secrets are you talking about with Tom Brady on the field the other week?
Now, that was a GOAT conversation. Man. You know what? It ain't many moments where I'm a fan. I guess now that I'm not playing him, I can be a fan. And, just in that short time that we were talking, and we get to talk all the time, but I think we were having a game conversation. And just in relation to the game, and a lot of times off the field, we're talking about life. We're not talking about football. And so just kind of hearing his mindset is why he's Tom Brady and why the Michael Jordans and the Kobe Bryants of the world and Serena Williams are who they are. Like that, their mind don't ever shut off. He's still Tom Brady. Like having that conversation with him is like, dang, he's still thinking about the game in a high level. It's not like he's in retirement. And so that was just amazing to see that, man, this is his character. This isn't like a persona or something that he does on Sundays or in football season. This is who he is. This is how he's wired. And so that was amazing, man. I walked away from that conversation like a fan, like, dang, I'm impressed with his character.
But what did was he asking
I
you
can't-
questions or what? So you're telling me it's like he came down and he was like, let me tell you this about your game?
No. We was having a casual conversation.
Wow,
We
but
were
it
having a
really
casual-
impacted you,
but
I
it
can
was,
tell.
It was a special moment.
I thought
It was a
maybe
special
he
moment.
came up and said hi and you were like, remember when I picked you off in 2022? That's not what happened?
Yeah, I ain't no need to throw that out there, but it was just a good conversation.
This is season number 13 for
Yeah,
you?
Wow. Yeah, praise God.
When I say that, well, yeah, what goes through your head?
It's a blessing. It's a blessing. I mean, when I came in this game, you know, they tell you it's not for long league, and so you don't go in taking a day for granted. And my goal was to play like 7 to 10 years and then be out. But still going strong. So the next mission is to bring this Lombardi back to New Orleans.
When you look at that Lombardi, and it is sitting right in front of us behind the camera, what do you think?
Super Bowl in New Orleans. I'm glad you came in and had this interview right here, so we can all have our minds on what the focus is. It's a mindset, it's a mentality, and this year with it being in New Orleans is special, and so we got to treat it as such.
You're a man of faith.
Absolutely.
Derek Carr came and said that you guys bonded over that.
Yeah.
How?
Man, I think the word talks about how beautiful it is when you know, brothers dwell together in unity, and I think that's just what it is. You know, he's a man of God, I'm a man of God, and you know people from a distance, but when you get a chance to meet him in person, the first thing you kind of seeing is like, is this person the real thing? And I think right away I noticed that about him, and then it was an opportunity just during the season, in his first season, you know, me just kind of trying to be hospitable and make sure he's adapting well to being in New Orleans and having that amount of pressure as a quarterback. We just started spending some one-on-one time together, grabbing breakfast, just talking about life. And we really became closer over that time. And then in the off season, we did some stuff together, and we've just grown. We've just grown closer and closer throughout the season and off season. Now we're getting ready to go into year 2 together.
Now that he's settled, and that's the energy I got from him right away, even just off camera walking with him like year 2 now.
Yeah.
It's like everything's settled. Weights
Yeah.
off his shoulders a little bit. Anything, he feels good, confident, consistent. What's going to happen now? Because now him and Olave clicking. Now, you know, you guys had that amazing stretch to end the season, winning 4 of the last 5. He looked so good. He was not turning the ball over at all. Now, what's going to happen here in year 2?
Yeah, we talk a lot about our mindset is to start how we finished. If you look at how he played down the back end of the season, he was one of the hottest quarterbacks in the league in the red zone, and that changed our record over the last 6 weeks. And so our mindset is we have to start how we finished. And I think he got to a level of composure and confident and understanding what he needed to do for the team to be successful. And now coming in with a new offense that just allows get the guys the ball in space and be able to really highlight those weapons and take a lot off his plate as far as reads and stuff. I think it's going to be exciting to see. And so my job is to get him the ball back as much as possible and let him do what he do.
Is this Kubiak guy legit? Are you impressed by him?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I just think that offensive system has just taken our league by storm. It's really hard to defend. And for me as a defender, I always was maybe like a step behind going against an offense like this. It's harder to study for it in your traditional offense, but being able to go against it every day, I'm able to see like what makes it click. And so I'm excited to kind of use what I've learned against. But, yeah, he's the real deal. Great coach, phenomenal coach.
You're calling the defense tough. I'm hearing a lot of consistency. Is there, I don't know if you don't have one, maybe not, but is there like a scripture or something that you have in your head as you prepare for this year, like something that sort of summarizes your energy going into the season?
No, I don't have a scripture, yet that I've just kind of put, on the season. But my mindset is kind of like the disciples going to the other side. When they got on the water, storms came. But Jesus had already said we're going to the other side. And that's really what my mindset is, like going into the season is, man, we're going to the other side. And it's going to be adversity that's going to come. And, whatever is happening, just think about how sweet it's going to be when we get to the other side. And so that's my mindset through training camp, through the first week, through the middle of the season, late in the season, as we go into the other side, and this our year. So no matter what adversity comes, if it's early or it's late, it's gonna happen. We know it, but we plan for that. And when it comes, just think about how sweet it's gonna be when we make it to the other side.
Who talks about the Super Bowl more, you or Cam?
I think it's collective. I'm talking about it every day.
Really?
Super Bowl, it's in New Orleans. It's like we got to talk about it every day. It has
It's
to be,
been done. We
it has
saw
to be
Payton.
front of
Who
mind,
tweeted
side
it?
of mind, back of mind, everywhere. And I think it's a collective belief that has to be there as well.
I love that. I love hearing
Yeah.
that. 2012. I want to talk about this. We looked this up. It's amazing. I have said over and over again, I have Luke Kuechly on my show a lot, the 2012 linebacking game.
Yeah.
The best. Goated, right? You,
Wow.
Kuechly, Wagner, Levante David.
Yeah.
We looked at the schedule. You pay Levante twice, of course. Wagner and the Commanders in week 15. Kuechly's calling the game that you're playing against the Panthers. I love seeing that. Does that do something to you?
Playing those games?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Everything is a challenge, and it don't have to be public. It can be something that you have internal, but every one of it's challenge. But yeah, talking about that 2012 class, I mean, Luke Kuechly, of course, the GOAT. We got to give him respect. I mean, he just was so far ahead of his time. It was ridiculous, and I think so many of us have tried to model our game, around his game, just about being a complete linebacker. And then Bobby Wagner, another first ballot Hall of Famer. Just year in, year out, since he's came in the league, he's been at the top. And you talk about a sustained career of greatness, I think it's just unreal, unmatched. Levante David, I think, is probably the most underrated linebacker of all time. I think when you think about the ball production that he's had, just being around the ball, making plays in the backfield and getting the ball, interceptions, forced fumbles, fumble recoveries. You won't find another linebacker in history who's done that. But I think another linebacker that's not talked about as much is Dante Hightower. He came in and he was the same class with us.
Yeah,
and
Super Bowl champ.
Yeah, a couple Super Bowl champs, I believe.
3,
And
I
so-
believe, maybe even there 2
so
or 3.
he got his rings and got on out, and so it's a few people still, doing it. But it's a blessing to be a part of that class that has so much talent and.
But it means a little something extra to you going in those games.
Oh, absolutely!
Okay.
It's
That's
still
what I was
it's still
getting.
you wanna. It's all about the crown at the end of the day.
I have to ask you just one more because it's truly amazing. It's kind of why I'm here. Cam Jordan thought I came here for him, but it's really for you because it is season 13 and it's insane. It's sort of unreal. You have the second most tackles in TFLs last year than you've ever had. You're tied for the most sacks last year than you have in your beautiful, lengthy, illustrious career. Your 5 All-Pros have all come on the other side of the 30-year mark, which is unbelievable to me. How are you getting better with each passing years? And you're seeing these wrinkles here. I just need to know the anti-aging vibes of Demario Davis. What is going on?
It's in your process. I'm extremely blessed, as I always say. There's a lot of favor that goes into that, but I mean, it's really in your process. I have a phenomenal team. They work day and night, endless hours, just to make sure that I'm ready. From the smallest nick and scrape to something major going on. They making sure head to toe that I'm ready to go. And I think it's always learning and always finding a way to get better.
What
It's
do you
never
swear
trying
by?
to
You've
stay the
had
same.
one career game missed. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
One
man,
career game. What's the
blessings.
one thing you swear by? Last one.
What do you mean swear by?
What's the one thing that as far as longevity, your team, what's the one sort of tip or the thing that you'd give?
Oh, go to sleep at night. Go to sleep at night. Stop playing around. Go to sleep at
Oh,
night.
I was going to guess maybe you're a vampire, and that's what it is. And you don't age, but clearly you do sleep at night. So there's that. Demario, good luck
I
this
appreciate you,
season.
Kate.
We're looking at that Lombardi.